Well, welcome back to another edition of Trash Talk. We're here to talk trash, basically, and uh, we sometimes we have a definite idea what we're going to talk about, and other times
Hmm.
it's just off in left field. We just
Yeah.
something comes up, and we talk about it. And I don't know why, but I was thinking about like wealth and luxury and stuff, stuff that is so far out of my scope. But that just in case you were to open up that envelope and it said you just won mega dollars and everything, but you have to spend it on something outrageous, like your own personal airplane or a helicopter or something, or a motorcycle or a Maserati, whatever.
Sure.
If you were to get that, any idea of what would satisfy that taste or that thirst for having a luxury item that's paid for, just go off and enjoy it.
So we have to, but we have, that's the stipulation. We have to buy something. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a motorcycle. Although I've been rewatching Sons of Anarchy lately, but I still would not do a motorcycle. I have zero desire for that. I got a buddy who's got one, maybe two, and they're legit. Like, I get it, but it's freaking death trap, dude. Like, so I'm good. Definitely I could see me buying like some fat, awesome car. That could happen. I don't want a plane. I would go some sort of boat though, for sure. I miss the boats. I miss being back in Michigan, and I got a couple friends down here that got a boat, but they're kind of lame, and then they like, I don't want to hang out with them very much. But like back in Michigan, it was like a thing. Like, people would be like, "Oh, you don't have a car? Yeah, that's weird." But, "Oh, you don't have a boat? What's wrong with you?" So, man, everything from pontoon boats, like, there is nothing like a floating party barge. Just a pontoon where you can go out there and just chill. I remember I was dating this girl, and we spent the night on the pontoon. We got wasted and passed out, but still, it was spending the night on the pontoon, and uh,
You
just
woke
floating
up
in the
and you were
lake.
in another state.
We woke up just floating in the middle of the lake, dude. And like, I was like looking at her, she's like kind of leaning on me. And anyway, and we just wanted to, it was a two-person party, is what it was. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's take the boat out. We got the drinks, we got the music, boom. And we went out, and it was evening, and like, we were hanging out, but we were just having a great time. She was a cool chick. And then yeah, whatever happened happened. And then I remember I woke up like, my eyes all, just got
Yeah.
a mosquito just sucking the blood out of my neck, and I look, and I saw her like, just, half on me, just assed out. And I'm like, yeah, I need a boat.
And then you look at your watch and you say, "Oh shit, I got to be at work in an hour," and I'm
I'll
sitting
never
out
forget
here
it, man.
in the middle of a lake.
Yeah, it was a lake, and that was what was so great about Michigan, was because there's so many lakes. They didn't just have to be the Great Lakes. We had all these lakes everywhere. So I was like, I took it back. I scrounged her up, tossed her in her bed, kind of washed my face, and was like, time to go home. But I
If
think
we're
that would be something I would like.
Yeah, yeah, and if we're talking boats, I never really had an interest in these fast boats. The
Now
ones
I'll crash it. I already know I'll crash
I
it.
know, but the thought of having a really nice houseboat,
Yeah,
a couple of
yeah,
bedrooms and a nice galley and all that, something that you could go out on that lake for a whole week at a time, and you got the
100%.
provisions for it. And when
Yes.
you get back into the marina, it's your home. You could just live right there.
So we did that. We rented a houseboat. I want to say it was in Tennessee. It was some along a river. I don't remember. And we rented the houseboat. And you would take the houseboat. I think we were like 4 days. And you just got a slide that goes right into the lake. We were drinking. It was like 10 of us. And then we took it to, you would dock it. And it was a house bar. You could just live in it. But we docked it, and then we got off and went into the cabin. It was right, like, yeah, the mountains on the side, the lake.
Yeah.
That was amazing, man. That was That's probably like 20 something years ago, but yeah, it was great. I could see that.
Yeah, in fact, if you go to some places like Seattle, you can go to Seattle and you can rent, instead of a hotel room, rent a
Yeah.
houseboat on the water in the marinas and everything, and just stay there for your week, and either take it out or just leave it docked all the time.
I think that would be the direction I would go. I don't need a plane. Dude, I don't know. Like I hate planes as they are, and like the last thing I want to do is have one that's private. That I mean, well, maybe, but definitely not a helicopter. I know what I do with helicopters in video games, so I see what can be done with a hell. I'm good. Like I don't like. I see people get in helicopters and like it's windy a little, and they're like this, and I'm like, no, what are you doing? This thing's like a flying death trap.
Well, but if we're talking about that kind of wealth, you could get a helicopter and you can get your own pilot that takes care of it and
Well, I
maintains it.
understand that, but it's not the pilot can be whatever they want. The helicopter is still a freaking death trap. Like it's still doing this. It's like and it's I mean, come on.
Well, and going along with what you were saying about the houseboats and everything, high on my priority list might be a motor home, and I'm talking about
Okay.
a big, like
Luxury.
top of the line Airstream motor home with full bathrooms and bedrooms and kitchen and
You got to drive that thing though, man.
or you hire a driver.
I would hire a driver. I don't want to drive it.
Yeah, and just say, let's take a couple weeks off and let's go to New England. Uh,
Yeah,
and I mean, I could see that. Or let's cross Canada on the Canada
that'd be cool.
in a motor.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I could do that. I could get behind that. I could definitely get behind that. I think there's some awesomeness to that.
Yeah, and as far as the motorcycles, yeah, I agree with you, but there are some pretty awesome three-wheel cycles out there that you can cross country on those. The only thing about motorcycles that always I wondered about is the weather. You
It's
know,
always the weather, man.
you could spend an awful lot of time under overpasses, getting out of the elements, waiting for it to dry off, and then move on.
It also depends on where you're going and all that, I
Yeah.
mean, there is something to it. I get it. I've been on a couple motorcycles in my life and it is cool, but I don't know. I don't, like I said, man, I don't even like driving now. So the last thing I want to do is have to worry. I mean, dude, I don't know, man.
And
But
like you said, if you're going to drive, I mean, put me in a McLaren and let me get out on the highway and open that mama up to triple
yeah,
digit.
I need something sweet, something smooth and nice James Bond villain looking type
Right. So you
vehicle,
can go pick up that chick and take her down to your houseboat.
Yeah, that must be what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do. Just to
I also
maybe ship her off.
I also think about, we've talked about cabins up in the mountain,
Sure.
but I mean, I could envision having a mountain view, but having a house that is like 90% glass. Just so every room that you walk in, you're just looking out at this massive view of the, a mountain view.
I could do that. I would need like a section of that. And then I would also not want the glass for the sun to come in but I would want that patio to wrap, and I would want it so industrial, strong, strength, like big pounding weather. I need the internet. I need some sick internet, but I'm also okay if it goes out for a little bit because I'll have
Right.
this massive, like I could sit there and just drink a bottle of wine and lean back and look at God knows what.
Yeah. Or go down to your lower level in-house swimming pool
Yes.
and enjoy that. And then next to the swimming pool, you got your bowling alley and maybe a pickleball court so you can
I don't know about any of
exercise
that,
in
but
that.
yeah, pickleball, good exercise area. And you can still get down the mountain. That's the thing. Like it's high enough, but you could, especially as you drop to the lower level, get out and, experience nature. But I mean, it's like, I want a place that when the zombie virus breaks out, that's where I'm going, that sort of place. Just hang out. I mean, think about it. All these people in these zombie movies have it all wrong. They're like, we got to get supplies from the city. Man, that is the last place I want to go. I'm going to go this way.
That's right. Yeah.
They're like, well, we must go to the city. And I'm like, with the biggest
let,
population?
let them climb up the face of that side of that mountain and everything to get to me.
Yeah, you might run into them occasionally, but probably not. The biggest thing you have to worry about is other human beings,
Right.
But yeah, I could see that. I do miss going on the boat. That would be a big one for me, for sure.
Yeah, I think the water always has that appeal.
It does.
I
not in the ocean. Not in the ocean. I'm good. Like, no,
yeah,
dude.
no.
Have you watched? I get stuck on ocean talk sometimes, and I'm down like my entire feed and algorithm is crazy ocean stuff, and it's always like, spend the night with me on this oil rig, and I'm like, what this is freaking, and it's just it's bad enough that they're in the middle of the ocean, and then I never, like, I'm an idiot, so like I didn't really understand oil rigs. I'm like, how are they stuck down there? And I'm like, oh, they're really not, like, and that, yes, the waves can withstand, but I'm also like, then like this guy, like, he got up in the middle of the night and just walked out to look. It's just pure black. And then he like chucked an apple, and like all these fish and sharks, like they're just hanging out there. And I'm like, there is nothing cool about this, dude. Nothing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you and I probably think the same. Lake Michigan is probably the ideal lake, because to have a houseboat and go over from Holland, Michigan, if you want, and then go over to the Illinois side, go across the lake. Nice trip.
And even then, it's dangerous.
Well, it can be. Yeah.
Yeah, Holland, Michigan's a great. I would live in Holland, Michigan, to be honest with you.
Oh, I love that east coast of Michigan.
Beautiful. God, it's
and Charlotte.
Yeah.
And all that. Oh, that great
breweries up there too, guys. Great beer up there.
Yeah. And good old country cooking.
Yeah, I could live there. That place is legit.
All right. Well, we'll do that. Maybe we'll get together and we'll invite some of our listeners to join us on the houseboat.
To follow us down the river.
Yeah. There's some of them that have been trying to send us down the river for quite a while.
That's true, actually. That's true.
And what's the old phrase? Without a paddle? Well, hey, if you got fantasies and you want something, wealthy, get yourself a houseboat, get yourself a motorcycle, get yourself a motorhome, or get all of the above, and
why not?
Yeah.
Money's no object.
That's right. Just and join us. We'll have a good time. And Brandon's going to bring the booze.
I will do that. I can handle that.
All right. Catch you again next week. Go out and make it a good one.
See you guys.
Bye.